The All-Star season is with us.
You know, I think more people probably vote in the baseball All-Star balloting than are going to vote in November for president.
Sad but true.
Could be.
Yeah.
I think maybe because Mark McGuire's having a better year than George Bush, you think? Could be. But they are the best of the boys of summer. The starting lineups for the annual Major League Baseball All-Star Game were just released in the last hour. Let's take a look, starting with the American League. Mark McGuire, who could probably run for president in Oakland at least. The Major League home run leader is at first. Roberto Alomar of the Blue Jays is at second. Boston's Wade Boggs is at third. And the shortstop is Cal Ripken Jr. He received nearly 2.7 million votes from the fans, the most since Gary Carter in '82. What an outfield for these guys, too. Kirby Puckett of the Twins, Ken Griffey Jr. of the Mariners, and Oakland's Jose Canseco. Cleveland's Sandy Alomar Jr. is behind the plate. The Padres, who will host the All-Star Game next Tuesday night, put 3 players in the starting lineup. Catcher Benito Santiago, a high school teammate of mine, Fred McGriff at first base, thank you. Ryan Sandberg is at second again. Ozzie Smith's at short for about the 1,000th year in a row. And the outfield, Andy Van Slyke and Barry Bonds of the Pirates. San Diego's Tony Gwynn, and the catcher Benito Santiago, of course. Oh, the Cubs' battle with the commissioner has moved into the second inning now. Today, a federal judge told Fay Vincent he has until next Thursday to respond to the Cubs' lawsuit, which they filed yesterday, to try and stop the commissioner from sending the team to the National League Western Division next season. All right, to Wrigley Field we go now. Reds and Cubs in afternoon action. Tim Belcher fouls one to right. Watch this catch by Andre Dawson. He's got to be saying, I am too old to be doing this. Now for some more adventures in outfielding, courtesy of Cal Daniels of the Cubs in left field. Hal Morris sends this one back. Daniels goes back and trips and falls, but he makes the catch. But Barry Larkin scored to tie it at 1. So we go to the 9th now. The Reds up 2-1. Rob Dibble trying to close it, but Dwight Smith connects for the solo home run to right. It was 2-all. And here's how the Cubs won it. Bottom of the 10th, bases loaded. Dibble pegs Ray Sanchez to bring home the winning run. The Cubs broke the Reds' 6-game win streak 3-2. On the NL scoreboard, Philly and San Francisco tied at 3 in the 8th, and the Expos and Dodgers are finishing up 3 straight days of doubleheader, and no one has scored there in the 8th inning out in Chavez Ravine. All the Indianapolis Indians continue their homestand tonight against Denver. The Zephyrs beat the Tribe 4-1 last night. They cut the Indians' lead in the American Association East to just a game and a half over Buffalo. And more bad news for the Tribe all-star shortstop Will Cordero is out 3 to 4 weeks with a broken knuckle on his left hand. Now, a week before training camp starts, the Colts have cut loose veteran running back Tim Manoa. He ran for 144 yards last year. Colts' first training camp under new coach Ted Marchibroda gets going a week from tomorrow up at Anderson U. This U.S. Olympic basketball team may need a Red Cross to go with the gold medal they're sure to win at the games in Barcelona. Nobody's been able to keep the dream team awake, but the NBA stars may be their own worst enemies. John Stockton and Larry Bird are still banged up. They have until next week to decide if Stockton can play or if he'll have to be replaced. Now, Bird has rarely played himself because of a bad back, but Coach Chuck Daly says not to worry.
Well, first of all, I don't think anybody's going to give up those spots. If they can crawl, they are definitely going to be there. That's what I've been told by both of them. So there have been no plans to add any players to the roster. So I think any discussion of it would be a moot question.
So, Howard, sorry, no chance you're going to play for the Dream Team. But here's a different kind of Dream Team. The best high school players in the country are at IUPUI this week in front of the watchful eyes of coaches like Mike Krzyzewski at the Nike All-American Academic Camp. Campers are being tested on academics as well as athletics. And here come a couple of guys IU fans better get used to seeing. Number 55 in blue is Richard Mandeville, a 7-footer from California who's already committed to play for Bob Knight in 1993. And number 113 is 6'10 Robbie Eggers from the Akron, Ohio area. Camp continues out at the National Institute for Fitness and Sport through Saturday. A couple of Twin Towers coming in. Big guys.
Okay.
Nothing like Mike Krzyzewski being in the
bleachers
watching you play.
That made me nervous, and I'm not even playing.
Thanks, Ken. We'll see you.